It's Week 13 of the 2022 season, and we'll keep our eye on A.J. Terrell, who's been stepping up to challenges all season, now at 8 interceptions. It's the Falcons and the Steelers. All that and more coming up next on EA Sports.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. Today we've got a Week 13 matchup for you here between the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Atlanta Falcons. Along with Charles Davis. And Charles, we take a look at this Falcons team as they interplay. They come in mired in a brutal stretch right now. Losers of 8 straight games.
Can you imagine going 2 straight months without winning a game and still trying to hold it together? They've got to find some inspiration somewhere that can lead them to a victory.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Steelers, they come into this one knowing it's been a while since tasting victory. They've dropped 4 in a row.
Can they remember what it was like to win a game? In these types of situations, you're looking for someone to inspire you, and it doesn't have to be one of your best players either.
The calendar has turned to December, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. Taking it about the 1. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. Pittsburgh's offense making its way out, and we get a look at the player drafted to succeed Ben Roethlisberger as the franchise's quarterback. Knows a lot about the city. He's a rookie out of Pitt, Kenny Pickett.
And when you watch Kenny Pickett play, you see a young man who got better every season in college and really blossomed in his final campaign, took his game to a new level, and made him a first-round pick in the NFL. He's the type of kid who can beat you with his mind, beat you with his arm, and occasionally with his legs. A tough, skilled performer. Kenny Pickett, he's got some moxie to him.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. And here, Charles, is a look at the inactive, some of the guys that are out today due to injury.
Yeah, and this is where the preseason work comes into play for some of those backups. It's not just them getting some experience on the field, but preparing each week in practice as if they were going to play. And when you have guys like that on your team, you've got a chance for success when the injury bug hits.
Now a deep ball there on second down, but it'll wind up incomplete. Throwing on third down. Here's Pickett. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. On fourth down, here's Presley Harvin on to punt. Cordero Patterson deep for Atlanta. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. A 40-yard punt, no return. And the Falcons will be taking over 1st and 10. Well, the Falcons now get to stretch their wings on offense here, and at quarterback for them is a former 2nd overall pick who spent 4 seasons as a starter in Tennessee, Marcus Mariota.
Coming out of Oregon as the Heisman Trophy winner, we thought that this guy was headed towards superstardom, and while he didn't quite reach those heights, he did have some flashes along the way. And right now, his athleticism continues to keep him in the league. Still has a good arm, mobile, a great guy to have in the locker room. He can win if given an opportunity.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Patterson on the draw. It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation. They'll run with Patterson. And he's got some space here. And they've got it well across midfield, down to the 40 before it's all said and done. That burst good for 20 and a first down.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run. And let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down. Otherwise, it's going to be a long afternoon.
From their own 40 to the other 40. The gain of 20 leads to 1st and 10. First and 10, it's Patterson. And he gets this to the 35. Good for a gain of 5. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Again, Patterson. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Throwing, Mariota. Open man is Kyle Pitts, his tight end. And they're going to have themselves another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 23. A gain of 18 and a new set of downs. Well, the first drive here and the first time that we've called the big tight end's name, but I can assure you this, Charles, it won't be the last.
No, it won't, because when he gets going, now it opens up opportunities on the perimeter because that'll draw the defense towards him in the middle of the field. Now your wide receivers are getting involved as this game goes on.
A shotgun handoff to Pat. simmer, and we're in the home stretch now as we're underway in Week 13. And no run back here, so they'll bring it out to the 25. Now we get our first look at the hometown kid, rookie Kenny Pickett from the University of Pittsburgh, as he leads the Steeler offense out for their first possession.
For every rookie prospect, there are always nerves involved in this moment, running your team out to start a game. But there's a reason they brought him in. We're willing to make him their starter today. They believe he can overcome those nerves and lead his team to a victory. We saw him do it at the collegiate level and really make himself into a leader and someone you can envision doing the exact same thing here in the NFL.
Oh, he's going to take a shot right away. And this one is incomplete. They were looking for Johnson that time, and that'll bring up second down.
Charles, we see some of the injuries that have popped up for this franchise, and obviously hoping to get these guys back on the field in a hurry.
Brandon, I'm going to go ahead and age myself, but I'm going to ask you, when you were in high school and there were injuries, did you hear next man up from your coaches?
Well, you hear it every week now in the NFL, that's for sure.
You know, back when I played when dinosaurs roamed the earth, you didn't hear next man up. You heard, oh, no, we've got to put in Davis.
From the gun on third down, Pickett going up top and unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up fourth down. Now it appears we have a Steeler here slow to get up.
So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside. On is Presley Harvin now as he'll send this one away.
Fair catch called for and taken right near the 30-yard line.
Atlanta sending its offense out for the first time, and for the first time since 2008, it's a rookie who will handle things at quarterback. Out of Cincinnati, the third-round pick, Desmond Ridder.
There's a lot of good to watch in the game last week, wasn't there? I mean, he did throw 2 touchdown passes. That was impressive. And he's so close, isn't he? The 3 interceptions killed him and his team. That was costly. But if he just cleans that up a little bit, there's a reason for optimism with this team and this passer.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. And his throw here is incomplete. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Opening carry of the game for Cordero Patterson. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
Now it looks like we're going to get a stoppage here. An injured Steeler on that last play. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break.
And Pittsburgh with 6 defensive backs in the game here on third down. They'll set up a throw. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect. Now a man who did his collegiate punting just a couple hours from here in Clemson in South Carolina, Bradley Pinion to kick. Back deep is Gunnar Olszewski. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. So Pittsburgh retakes the field for their second offensive possession.
These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
Pickett now on 1st down.
It's Najee Harris now on back-to-back plays with a catch. Our first carry for Najee Harris. And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line. That one good for 14 yards and a Steeler first.
How best to describe that one? I'd say right down Broadway on that run.
A straight-ahead running. I think that might be something we see a lot of between the tackles today.
Well, he's enjoying things so far here this afternoon. Sees a crease and bursts through it for a solid gain.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. 1st and 10, here's Pickett. Looking sideline, incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Pickett back to throw. And now the ball's out, fumble near midfield. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. The defense, they were swarming that time and ultimately got to him before he could get rid of the football and knocked it free.
And don't you feel just a little bit of sympathy for him back there? There's so much going on, so much swirling around. He's trying to find someone downfield. He's trying to move around to find an open target. Sometimes you forget the number one thing, take care of the football.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And complete to Drake London. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35.
What I love about watching the passing game nowadays is that the one-dimensional receiver is really starting to leave the game. You've got to be able to do it all. Of course, you got to run fast. Of course, you got to catch the ball. But route running savvy and toughness, there's a premium for all of that now.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. Got a man, it's Patterson, complete. And he'll be hauled down at about the 30-yard line. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. In search of 4 yards here to pick up the 1st down. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. That'll be caught downfield by Bird. And he is going to have a Falcons 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs as we just saw there.
So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. He'll drop to throw. Over the middle, complete. That's Edwards. And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5. Now the former 4th-round pick, it's Kalen Ballage. And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4. Now it appears we have a Steeler here slow to get up. The medical staff will attend to him, and we will step aside. Here's the 7th play of this drive. This is 3rd and 4. Looking to throw. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th.
He didn't like what he saw downfield, decided his best course of action was to take off and run. And that ended up being a gamble that did not pay off for him. Now they would have to gamble again if they want to keep this series going.
So on 4th down, Ritter heads to the sideline. Younghoe Koo gets set for the Atlanta field goal. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. Koo knocks this one through the post. And the Falcons are out to a 3-0 advantage. So the defense are able to force their first turnover of the game, and then they add on to that by getting the field goal.
And you don't just want to take the ball away from your opponent, partner. You want to make them hurt as well. And if you don't score yourself on defense, turn it over to your offense and have them put points on the board.
And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19. And now out come the Steelers. Right now they're on the wrong end of the scoreboard, and that won't change if this drive ends like the last one when they had that lost fumble. So you have a feeling taking care of the football is certainly paramount right now.
Yeah, and it's not just the guy who dropped it on the last drive, is it? That means everyone who might touch the ball is getting the same message. Guys, ball security, paramount. Let's take care of it. And if we do, we've got a chance to put points on the board.
It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a first down. When he runs, he seems to do a nice job of knowing when to be patient and find the hole, and then when the hole is there, he goes quickly.
You're exactly right. He knows how to just take off, but you know what else? Brings a little thump with him, doesn't he?
He does.
He packs the boom at the end of the run and finishes it going forward. That's what you want to see out of your backs.
First down, and they go back to Harris. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. A look at the numbers for Harris in last week's game. 15 carries, 75 yards.
They've lost a bunch of games in a row now. They've got to start thinking a little bit differently, maybe a little bit outside of the box. Find other ways to move the football. I don't know if you're going to do it through the air or maybe change up how you establish your run game.
Try to lay one up deep. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. Now they face a second and long following the holding penalty. Pickett. That ball caught by the former Toledo Rocket, Deontay Johnson. That one good for 26 and a first down.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by A.J. Terrell. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Falcon defense has a touchdown. And on that one, with 6 defensive backs, did he need to be more careful throwing the football? I mean, I guess obviously hindsight he did, but...
Yeah, hindsight, but even in foresight, when you got 6 defensive backs on the field, you just know you're going to get multiple coverages. You're never sure what you're going to see. But the biggest one is you don't have much reaction time for your receivers to go get the football because those guys, they're the best cover guys on the field. They go get it. And on that play, they took it the other way for 6 points.
Koo able to connect on the extra point. And the lead grows to 10-0. So an early 10-0 lead for them now as they kick it away. Olszewski going to hold on to this one. Touchback. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. They'll look to get something started. They need to. Down 10-0 early as they've got it 1st and 10. After the pick 6, here's Pickett to try again. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Sims. And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. On 2nd down, this is Harris. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Now Pickett. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. That makes him now 0 for 2 here in the first quarter on 3rd down conversions.
And now they'll look to their defense because they need them to step up so they don't fall further behind here in the early going.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Falcons offense set to go. In the midst of, well, let's just say a not-so-rosy losing streak. They've got the open week, though, coming up next weekend, so you have to figure this to be a game that they dearly love to have.
Oh, indeed. They have to have this one because that's something positive to take with you. when you go away for a few days and it actually releases your mind. If they lose this one, that mind stays cluttered the entire time they're away, and they've got to scramble to get back in sync when they start playing again.
Third down, here's Patterson. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 15 yards, first down, Atlanta. Now, look, that wasn't a huge gain, but those are the types of carries I think they were missing in their loss last week. They couldn't get him going on the ground.
Did you get the same feeling I did during our meetings, that they kind of regretted that he didn't touch the ball?
Absolutely.
You know, hey, he should have touched him more last week. They weren't going to make that same mistake, and they've taken care of that early.
Once more, they turn to Patterson. And he'll get this one across midfield and down into Steeler territory. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And he rifles one incomplete. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. They'll set up to throw. And he fires one, but incomplete. So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. And it's out of bounds. Now we'll see what the side judge says. He says out at the 8-yard line.
Let's go old school there. That's absolutely a great coffin corner punt. Someone's put some time in working on that, hasn't it?
Seems like every year these guys get better and better. It's amazing how they can command that football through the air.
Yeah, they used to actually practice with hula hoops where they place them and try and put them there. Now a lot of guys use barrels on the sidelines to try and put the football in one.
On 1st and 10, it's Pickett. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. $10-0 the score after 1 on EA Sports. Steeler football here to begin quarter number 2. As they are looking at a 2nd down and 6 coming up. Pickett sets up play action. Finding Harris on back-to-back plays. 5 men in the secondary now for the Falcons on 3rd down. Looking to throw, Pickett. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. Fair catch called for and made, but now we'll have to see about the penalty.
Personal foul. Roughing the kicker. Defense.
So not just running into the punter, but roughing the punter.
And I'm struggling with this one. You know, you're watching it, partner. Is it more the first rather than the latter? This is a tough one. Almost feels like he felt like he had to call it on that play.
Pickett right back to the air again. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. And his guys are going to take over at the 39-yard line. He's had his interception woes early in his rookie season, but sometimes that happens. There are great examples of guys in the past that have had those same struggles early.
You are so correct. And what the team and organization is hoping, we're going to see these woes now. But later, when we're helping him with his Hall of Fame speech, we'll remember his rookie year and how things began.
Week 13 here in the NFL, first weekend of December. Playoff races definitely coming into focus now, and we got a couple of good ones in primetime. Tonight, national audience gets a look at the Colts for a 2nd straight weekend. This time they're at Dallas, 7:20 Central Time for that kick. And then Monday night, Saints and Bucks from Tampa. 2nd and 9 now. That's into the hands of Pitts, the tight end. And they'll work this down inside the 30. The Falcons at 2-10 now on the year. And they come in mired in a brutal stretch right now. Losers of 8 straight games.
Could you imagine being in those coaches' rooms right now? And you remember the old expression, there's no such thing as a bad idea? That's really true right here. They're searching for any idea, anything that can galvanize this team and find a victory and get them out of this losing spin.
Here's a pass swung out left to his running back. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. On play action, they'll throw. Rolling, and he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
In tatters, so it sounds a little bit like this right now.
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped. And right now, they've got to find a way to get it back together.
Ritter and the Falcons need an answer, and a big play here on 3rd and long following the sack. He'll look to throw. And he'll complete this one to Patterson. And he gets it down a yard or 2 shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
So on 4th down, Ritter heads to the sideline. Younghoe Koo gets set for the Atlanta field goal. He was true on his first. This a tough one from 49 yards away. Koo knocks this one through the post, and that will extend their lead even further. They already had the early lead, and they get the interception, Charles, and now they add 3 more with the field goal.
Yeah, they're in control of how this game is playing out so far. You mentioned the early lead. Now they're expanding on it, getting plays on both sides of the ball. A winning recipe if they can keep this up.
And he will make it back to the 15, and that's it. Good coverage there by the kick team. The Steelers ready to take over on offense. So now, Charles, this drive, maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Pickett will look to throw it here. Now the pressure comes, and he goes down. Just inside the 10, back at the 9. Arnold Ebiketie, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. This offense continues to shoot themselves in the foot, and here another sack.
All game long, we've seen missed assignments, which have led to turnovers, sacks. This group has not played well at all here in the first half.
Pickett and the Steelers in need of a big play here. 3rd and long after the sack. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. The result, only 4 yards there on the play. And that'll bring up 4th down.
I think that call was made not so much to try and get the first down, although they would have taken it if they could have gotten it, but to give their punter a little bit of space and try and help out their defense.
Yeah, they got the safe completion on 3rd. Here's Presley Harvin now. And taken at the 46. It'll be a 39-yard punt. Give him a good 10 yards on the return. And the Falcons are set up well to begin their drive as it'll begin in enemy territory already. A right side run with Patterson. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. They'll look to throw. He'll buy some, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Cameron Hayward, he's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9.
Well, Brandon, sometimes I think when we watch games, we're actually watching a living museum because we're seeing the evolution of positions almost with each passing game. How about defensive ends nowadays and the way that they can run almost all the way across the field?
It is unbelievable, isn't it? I mean, they're so strong, but they're so lean. They can move so quick with those bodies.
It's almost unfair. You're supposed to be able to know where a defensive end is supposed to be on every play. These guys flash so quickly, you're not sure where they're going to end up.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a hole. On now to punt. Here's Bradley Pinion. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. And 3 and out on the last drive. No points on the scoreboard. A little soul-searching now?
I would say so, and they need to help out their defense a little bit. They've had to be on the field a lot more than normal, put them in some tough spots. But what's the old adage? When you get another chance, it gives you a better chance to do it right.
And he stopped right at the 25 after a gain of 5. Off the play fake, here's Pickett. It's Najee Harris now on back-to-back plays with a catch. 7 yards there and a first down.
Well, that was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? Second and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Harris running straight ahead, and he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. 2nd down coming up. 3 yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. They'll keep it on the ground. Harris again. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. The Steelers on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 4. Pickett, he'll look to throw it. It's brought in by Harris. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive continues.
But they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
And he'll power ahead, but only for about 3 yards. 2nd down coming up. Off play action. Pickett. Completing it to the right side. Johnson. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 39. That's a gain of 13 as they try to whittle away at this 13-point deficit. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now a first down carry for Harris. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down. A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the NFL.
The best multitasker in the business, the coach.
And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 26. 11 more yards there. This methodical drive continues. Pickett now on first down. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. And the Falcons are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line. So his struggle is just continuing here in the first half throwing the football. Charles, now 3 interceptions.
And they don't feel like they're just great plays by the defense. There's a sense that maybe he's a little careless with the football now. So some of the great coaches in the past, you know, they've always said, I can't teach you, obviously, because you're not listening. So maybe the bench can teach you. He's got to be careful now. He might get pulled.
And the first play of the drive there is incomplete. Line of scrimmage, again the 37 as they line up 2nd and 10. They'll drop to throw. Pass complete to Bird out right here. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Open man, there is Patterson, complete. They get 9 out of that one, and as a result, the drive continues.
Well, he was a busy man out of the backfield a week ago. They got the ball early and often. I have no doubt in my mind that he'll be a big part of the game plan here as well.
Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. They'll look to throw again. He's got his pass-catching tight end. That's Pitts. Now another timeout called for by the offense as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Got a man, it's Patterson, complete. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
That's a pretty play there coming out of the backfield, but as that back, you've got to be conscious of making sure you're securing the football. When you get out in the open field, sometimes you get a little loose with it as you're trying to get up ahead of steam. Make sure you keep it close to your body because those defenders are trying to punch it free. He does a nice job there protecting the ball and picking up a first down.
And he'll take this beyond the line of scrimmage as he slides to a hole. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime.
I certainly like what he did right there because he smartly wanted to avoid forcing anything downfield because nothing appeared to be open. Nice harmless slide there to avoid the big hit, and he gets a small gain on the play.
Koo knocks this one through the post, and that will extend their lead even further. So the defense able to force the interception, and the offense working their way to field goal range and able to get 3 out of it.
Yeah, and give them credit for that. They took the ball, maneuvered it downfield, and while they couldn't get exactly what they wanted, which was a touchdown, they did get 3 points out of it, so they paid off what the defense gave them. Both sides will be thrilled with that.
And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. All that remains is to snap this once, and that'll do it for the first half of play. So we are at halftime here in Atlanta with the Falcons out in front. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. Things definitely getting interesting around the NFL as we begin the month of December. So let's get right to it. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Time now for a check of the next-gen stats for the Steelers in that first half. And they didn't get a whole lot accomplished through the air in those first 2 quarters of play. They'll need to up their game if they want to rally all the way back. Meanwhile, for the Falcons, they did not have quite the same amount of success in the passing game that their counterparts did, as you get a look at the numbers there.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. The Falcons back to receive. They've got the lead, and they'll get this football as the second half gets underway. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The Falcons ready to go back to work to start the third quarter. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe add a running back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers because they probably allowed a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
A good gain on first has him set up with second and just a couple of inches now from the 29.
On second down, a run with Patterson.
And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there.
4 yards the pickup, first down.
Second and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on third down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
And this will be a Falcons first down as the tackle made at about the 43-yard line.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Here's Patterson again.
Shifts past him at the 45. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. And they're going to have themselves another first down as the tackle's made at the Steelers' 28. Turns out to be a great idea to tuck that one. Good for 24 yards.
I haven't met a quarterback yet that didn't enter the league with a massive chip on his shoulder if he wasn't a first-round pick. They want to show the league that they made a big mistake. Determined to get the first down there, no hesitation at all to tuck it and go. I bet he would have tried running through their entire defense if it meant reaching that marker.
Handoff running left, Patterson.
It was Joe Hayden, the former Pro Bowler, that came up to get him down. 2nd and 5. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. Just his second catch of the game so far. This one moves the chains.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode.
And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And fortunately for him, he's able to get it back, but it will be a loss on the play.
Very fortunate to get another shot. Here's 2nd and goal.
Looking to throw. And they'll go backwards here, losing yardage to the 14. Back-to-back 2-yard losses, and that sets up a tough 3rd and 14. They're going to look to throw.
Another completion right back to Patterson. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10.
Well, there certainly was a lot going on that play. Every option in the end zone covered. No place to go with the ball. Had to swing it out to the back. A good job running and getting him tackled in the open field.
So on 4th down, Ritter heads to the sideline. Younghoe Koo gets set for the Atlanta field goal.
From the left hash, a chip shot here.
Koo knocks this one through the post.
And that will extend their lead even further.
Well, they picked up right where they left off in the first half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, and you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether it's 6 points or 3 points, take everything you can get. Keep maneuvering, keep adding to it, keep making it difficult for them to come back.
And a good effort on the return there. Gets them across the 30, up to the 33.
Time for the Steelers offense now to get set for their first possession of half number 2.
Pickett leads his Steelers up here with a fresh set of downs.
At the 33-yard line.
Harris will start the drive out.
And he'll work this one up to about the 38.
Again, it's Harris on 2nd down. And the defense on him quickly there as they stop him at the 40 for a gain of just 2.
Here's Pickett. Setting up the screen, Harris. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. Got what they needed there. The drive continues with a 9-yard pickup.
I'm not sure that was necessarily a safety valve or a check down throw on third down. Sometimes just try and find the open guy and get him the ball. He did exactly that and found a way to pick up a first down.
1st and 10, here's Pickett. And this one caught along the sideline, but they say already out of bounds. And the throw didn't give him a chance to turn it upfield, and that brings up 2nd down. Now Pickett. Johnson with a completion over the middle. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. Pickett right back to the air again. Able to find his man. It's Pickens. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 34-yard line. Pickett to throw on first down. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And he's going to be taken down at the 28-yard line. Throwing again on 2nd down. Pickett, quick completion here to Johnson. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 13-yard line. 15 yards there on the catch and run.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
Still in search of their first touchdown of the game, but they're on the move. 1st and 10. Looking to throw, Pickett. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he's going to be marked down just outside the 10. They'll throw again with Pickett. Open man is Johnson. Touchdown Steelers. Deontay Johnson, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Well, with that touchdown pass, I'm going to bring up a point from earlier in the year. Some of the fans were saying, when do we turn to the rookie? Well, he's looking pretty good right now.
Yeah, I love the fact that the fans are bringing that up because I'm not the head coach, okay? So he's got to deal with it. But I think it's a legitimate question. With the way their season is going, I think now is the time to turn the page and let him get some starts before this season is over.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Taken in at the 3. And he won't quite make it to the 25. So out come the Falcons now. Their lead down to 2 scores after the touchdown a moment ago as they start with a 1st and 10. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a first down. We've seen the pressure get to him several times in this game. There, though, we see him escape it.
And we've seen this rookie video before as well. That type of pressure, oftentimes, what do you resort to? Your legs try and escape. What you hope is that this doesn't become habit for him, that he learns how to handle the pressure, still keep his eyes downfield, and make some throws.
Straight ahead, Patterson. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. Here's 2nd and 8. Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Akella Witherspoon. And they take possession 2 yards away from midfield at the 48-yard line. Defensively that time, they were in zone coverage. As a rookie QB, what lesson can you learn there?
Well, understand this. You saw zone in college, and the defensive backs reacted, but they don't react like they do on this level. So when they're in zone and they see the ball coming to them, they'll react at least a half a second faster. You've got to know where you want to go with the ball and be decisive with it. Otherwise, the end result can be something you don't like.
On the delay, here's Harris. 53 yards rushing for him now to this point.
The last run got 6. Now 2nd and 4.
Working out of the gun, it's Pickett.
He gets it complete to Harris.
And he'll be brought down at the 27.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play.
On 1st and 10, it's Pickett.
And the catch made by Johnson. And he'll be brought down at what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the 3rd quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports.
Pickett now on 1st down.
And it's incomplete. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
Darn right. They did something to disrupt that timing.
Flush to his right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away. The offense on 3rd down, 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 10.
Off play action, Pickett. That throw finds Pickens in the end zone. Touchdown Steelers.
A 15-yard touchdown grab.
And the Steelers have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th.
There was a lot of zip on that pass, and baseball might have called that a frozen rope.
I like it when you bring the diamond into the game. I'm going back to the gridiron. Had some heat on that bad boy. Sometimes you throw a touchdown pass, and sometimes
you throw, what, a touchdown strike?
There you go. That's my man, in concert.
Boswell good with the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. So the drive there took 6 plays.
And it was finished off by a George Pickens touchdown grab. Here's Demir Bird to return from his end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line.
Here are the Falcons as their offense heads back onto the field. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, it's very close, one-score game.
Yeah, and if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping to you on the other side of the ball, saying, hey, we picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, high percentage, but throw it with confidence. If there's any hesitancy at all, it could end up in enemy's hands again.
No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. Dangerous spot for them to cough it up. Lucky to have recovered because if the defense got it, they were already within the shadow of the goalpost.
Yeah, and then you're yelling at your own defense. Sudden change, sudden change. That's not what you want to hear on your sideline. That means you got to run out there and try and stop an offense who has the ball in a very advantageous position.
So possession still theirs, but now they face a 3rd down.
Now back to throw. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline.
And this is incomplete. Oh, it looked like he had a pretty good line on that one. That would have been a big play, but he could not pull it in.
Here's Bradley Pinion now as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Oh, look at the juke. It's a 40-yard punt, 6 yards on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
Pittsburgh's offense now heading back out onto the field.
Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a 4th quarter lead. Harris starts the drive on the ground. There to stop him on the defensive side, Lorenzo Carter. Second and 8. From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Lorenzo Carter buries him for a loss of 11 from his outside linebacker spot.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Pickett and the Steelers in need of a big play here. 3rd and long after the sack. Back to throw here. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. This is taken at the 18. It'll be a 40-yard punt, 8 on the return. And it will be Falcon football. Here comes the Atlanta offense now ready to take over here. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. Beginning on the ground with Patterson. Oh, able to avoid him. The 71 yards rushing for him now in the ball game. An ideal spot here to get a first down and try to run some more clock, and this is 2nd and less than a yard. They'll go again with Patterson. And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down. Well, with the fumble he had earlier, we know how key keeping the football is here. That fumble earlier probably in the forefront of his mind. Just hold on to this thing.
It's also at the forefront of the mind of the guys who are trying to get the ball from him. And since they've seen him drop it on the ground before, they're doing everything possible to have him do it again. They need that turnover.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. So line of scrimmage still at 39 on 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. Multiple defenders there to drop him for a loss of 4. We've seen him escape similar situations earlier in the game and get away for pretty good yardage. At that time, they get him down.
Yeah, they've had enough evidence that he can get away and run for good yardage, haven't they? That time it felt like, okay, enough of this. Let's play it the right way and get him on the ground before he does any damage.
Ritter and the Falcons need an answer and a big play here on 3rd and long following the sack. They'll drop to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. Here's Bradley Pinion now as he's on for the 5th time here today. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And here's a fair catch taken at about the 24-yard line. 36 yards on the punt with no return. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Steelers offense now, they head back onto the field. See if they can put this drive in the end zone, Charles, because it's been a little bit of a rough go at times. They've had to punt the football a ton in this ball game because of stalled-out drives.
So are you saying that you're kind of tired of seeing the punter run out there and do his thing during this game? Is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm okay with it. I have a feeling that this offense, they don't want to see the punter again.
And frankly, the punter doesn't want to run out there anymore himself. He would love to see his offense put together a drive and give his leg a rest.
Here's a 2nd and 2 now from the 33. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. A gain of 5, good enough for the first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down, keep the sticks moving.
And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3. From the 40 now on 2nd down. Pickett He gets it left side to Johnson. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
From Falcon territory now, here's 1st and 10 at the 47. To the air on 1st down with Pickett. Throw left side, going to be taken in by Harris. And he's going to be taken down right at the 40-yard line. On 2nd down, it's Snell. And he's going to get this inside the 30. A Steeler 1st down on the pickup of 11 yards.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. And I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. On the give, this is Harris. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. 83 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long. Anyone who watched Najee Harris at Alabama knows the kind of strength that this guy runs with, and he's continuing on that path here at the next level.
And that, in a nutshell, shows you what this guy is made of. I mean, most guys in the NFL just can't do that. He absorbed the contact, refocused himself, and made a break for the end zone.
Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete. Nothing on 1st down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal. They hand this off to Harris. And he's in. Touchdown, Steelers. Najee Harris, his 5th rushing touchdown now on the year. And the Steelers have taken a 4th quarter lead. Well, quite the comeback here. They have erased that deficit, pushed themselves out in front now here in this 4th quarter.
But this game's kind of felt like a horse race, hasn't it, partner? Because, yeah, the other guys run out to their big lead, but then slowly and surely, they've been creeping up and closing that gap. Now they've stuck ahead in front here late in the game. The finish line's not far away. They need their defense to finish this thing off.
So that effort gives them a 3-point cushion and guarantees that a field goal going forward won't beat them.
Yeah, that's really good strategy because that's all you care about. Not getting beat at this stage. At least give your team a fighting chance.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Bird will not bring this out, and the drive will begin at the 25. Atlanta now coming out on the field. Now the bad news for them, they've seen that cushion they once had totally evaporate, and they're working from behind. The good news, they now have the opportunity to regain the lead right back. Now a play fake here on 1st down. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
He'll try again with the arm here on 2nd down. Throw caught here by Bird. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. 15 yards, 1st down, Atlanta.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Back to throw now on 1st down. Throw left side, there's London. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. 17 yards on the catch and run. It's a 1st down.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space. and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Operating out of Steeler territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 43. Back to throw again. And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. They'll look to throw again.
Got this complete to the tight end Pitts.
And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Again, he'll drop to throw. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
That time, multiple defenders getting pressure, and it's a loss of 6.
3 points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. And they've got a 4th down now in a game that, to be honest, has been pretty much everything we could have asked for. He's going to fire this thing deep right sideline. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And this Steeler defense able to come up with a stop. So the defense has to stay out and get one more stop. They were able to do it, forcing the incompletion.
So on their record, that goes down as a successful play. Doesn't matter how they got there, how it happened. They got it done. They're the ones that are jubilant.
And now with 1:52 to go, we get another pause of the action. A timeout here defensively. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. They'll run again with Harris. And he's over midfield and into Falcon territory. The Falcons going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
Heavy set out there on 3rd and 1. Here's Pickett.
Open man here is Gentry.
And he will have a Steelers 1st down as this defense unable to hold. It's a 7-yard gain there on 3rd and 2.
And they'll indeed take a knee. On 2nd down, this is Harris. After getting stuffed on 1st down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. If they want it first, they need to get the football to the 32 here on 3rd down. And the knee is taken for the Steelers out of the victory formation.
Well, somebody lit a fire under that offense during the break, Charles. Remember, they trailed at intermission. They come out, they have the big 2nd half, and that lifts them to the victory.
And Brandon, trailing at halftime, we always talk about teams making adjustments. You know what the best adjustments usually are? It's just executing better. Because the game plan you put in place at the beginning of the week often still holds. You don't have to make wholesale changes. You just have to do it a little bit better, a little cleaner. And they did that in the 2nd half, and that led them to victory.
So for Pittsburgh, the win moves them to 3-9 now on the year. And they'll head back home next week to take on the Baltimore Ravens. Meanwhile, for Atlanta, they're squarely in play for next year mode now as they drop to 2-11. And they'll get the extra week to think about this one as they return to action in 2 weeks' time.